What's up, YouTube? I'm back again with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys what you need to be doing at the start of your brand or when you start getting some traction. What are the core things that you need to be doing? So without further ado, make sure you like this video, subscribe if you haven't already. I give gems all the time. If you like these gems, just make sure you tune in with me. All right. So a lot of you guys might have just been starting your brand or just getting some traction in your brand. If you're under 2 years with your brand, you're just starting and you're still figuring a lot of things out. Even me, I'm 7 years in, I'm still figuring things out. I study all the time. But there's core things that I always make sure I stay focused on. And you should always stay focused on these core things or find the core things that are important to you and focus on them. So these are a few that I've picked out that I think a lot of brands should start focused on, especially if you start just starting out. So the first thing, these are for the people that are just starting out. Establish a strong brand identity. And what I mean by just establishing a strong brand identity is like if you have slogans, if you have things that are meaningful towards the brand, even simply just having a Instagram page for your brand is establishing a strong brand identity, somewhere where people can go and see the clothes that you've dropped, the clothes that you're about to drop. They can see your supporters, they can see the website link. It's good to push from your personal page because yes, that's where a lot of people will be from, but you want to funnel a lot of those people over to the brand page or the business page just so that page can grow too as well, that's one thing you really want to do starting out, because like when you get a lot of traction and it's time to backtrack and redo that, it's just a lot of work, and it's best just to start out on a clean slate, let it grow, build it up. Even if you have your personal page and you want to switch your personal page over to a business page and you make another business page, you could do that as well. But you want to make sure you create a strong foundation for your brand to grow on, so people understand what your brand's about. They know what color schemes, they know if you have a logo, they understand your logo, they get familiar with your logo, anything like that. You want to make sure you establish a really strong brand identity in the beginning. Like another thing that I see a lot of people don't really focus on in the beginning, and I want you to focus on this. This is like so important. Listen to your customer base. A lot of us tend to listen to people that don't buy from us at all. Like we'll drop something that's so good our customers will like it, and then like we'll listen to our cousins, our brothers, or people that don't have a shop that probably just get it for free anyway, and like, hey, bro, you should do this, you should do that. In reality, bro, you need to listen to your customer base, because those are the people that are shopping. Even if you only have 10 customers, listen to what they want from you. Listen to their needs, because if they want it, somebody else might want it too. They might want to see the best for you because they are your customer. They're spending their hard-earned money for you. So listen to your customer base. It's great to take advice, but take it with a grain of salt. But your customer base will give you some of the best advice. Like, I haven't had a customer tell me anything bad, especially like when we're messing up or if we drop a shirt and it's not the perfect quality or the print is messed up. I'm listening to all these things that the customers are saying, and I'm taking it into account to make it better. Like, all right, we need to use better quality shirts. All right, we might need to switch up the screen printer or tell the screen printer to do the printing differently. Like, all right, we need to make sure like it's delivering on time for the customer. Oh, we need to add this product in the fray because customers also like when they order this. I listen to my customer base a lot, and one great way to like have a good handle on what your customer is thinking is like creating a Discord and having a lot of your customers go into Discord and like you guys converse and you see what they want from you and y'all talk, and like you can actually talk to the customers, or even just open up channels to where your customers can DM or email you and you listen to them there. But one thing that I found that worked really well for us is Discord, so I tend to use it a lot. But you want to make sure you're actually really listening to your customer, especially if they tell you something that's very important to them and then you implement it later. A lot of customers really take that personally and love when brands do that. So it's always great to listen to your customer base. Another thing I see a lot of brands are not doing that they really need to focus on in the beginning is quality and consistency. I get it. A lot of us are bootstrapping. A lot of us don't have the money or the funds to put into the brand or whatever the case may be. But that's no excuse for not being consistent. So if you don't have the money to get the best of best quality, it's great to get the best quality that you can afford at that time. And your brand can grow as you get more money, you can add on to the quality. I see a lot of people investing a lot of money into things that doesn't push their brand forward, that they don't need. And the one thing a lot of us really need to invest more into is quality. Because the better the quality, the more we can stand out and stand neck to neck to brands like Louis Vuitton, stand neck to neck to brands like Nike or whatever the case may be. We really need to focus on the quality and putting a lot of money into the quality of your brand. And as far as like the consistency part, a lot of us are not consistent. Like you might have a drop in January and might not show up again until like May. Like that's too and far between for the customers. The customers are going to go elsewhere. So you want to make sure you plan everything out. And that goes into my next point. If you have a business or a drop, you want to plan everything down to the T. Let's say at the beginning of the year in January, one thing that we do is we plan out the rest of the year. Sometimes things doesn't go according to plan and we have to move things around, but we're staying consistent within our plan. Like, hey, we want to drop this many times, we want to drop this many items. We're staying consistent with our plan. So if you don't have a plan and like you're just figuring out what you're about to drop next after your last drop, you're already behind. I'll say rule of thumb, plan out at least 3 months. That way, like you have a good idea or a good gist of what you want to do. That way you're not always sitting on your hand trying to figure out what's next. I feel like a lot of brands starting out, you guys are like more so focused on what influencers I'm going to get in this, how am I going to promote it, how am I going to make money. In reality, you need to just focus on getting as much designs as possible. That way you can have as many drops as possible. The more designs you have, the better. The more logos, the more logo flips, the better. Because a lot of brands, like, it's really the same thing over and over in just different colorways, which is fine. But you need to follow up when your customer gets tired or bored of whatever you're dropping and it's not selling. And a lot of us don't have a lot of great designs. So I think that's a core thing that we need to focus on. Even just the planning out the marketing plans. Like, all right, if you're going to attack a collection, just figuring out what marketing plan you're going to use and how you're going to use it. Let's say if you're going to do an Instagram campaign where you're going to boost a post and you're going to post reels every day. Like, how many reels are you going to post? What days are you going to post them on? Why? How long are you going to promote a drop? Is it going to be for 1 week? Is it going to be for 2 weeks? I think best is promoting a drop for 2 weeks at least, giving people enough time to get their money together, see what they like, and you roll it out. So you want to even plan that. A lot of us are not focusing on planning and we're just like, hey, I'm going to just post it today. I'm going to put it on this influencer. I'm going to drop on a random day. Like, why are you even dropping on that day? Why are you even dropping at that time? Like, for us, we drop at 4 p.m. Eastern. And the reason why we drop at that time is because a lot of people are getting out of school or starting to get out of school around that time on the East Coast, because we're on the East Coast. And that's like 1 in the afternoon for the West Coast. So it kind of works out a little bit, but that's why we do that time. I see a lot of people do like midnight until the next day drops. I see a lot of people like Supreme do 10 a.m. drops, which is also cool. But that's why you have to figure out why you even dropping at certain times and days. Like I've seen people drop in the middle of the week. I've seen people drop on Fridays, Saturdays. I normally drop on Fridays because I know that's the day a lot of people get paid, and I want you to get paid, pay your bills, and come shop. So that's one thing I look at. But quality, establishing a strong brand identity, quality over consistency, listen to your customers, and plan everything out and stick to the plan as much as possible. I promise you, if you stick to these core things while adding your own core things while you're just starting out, you'll definitely be successful, especially if you just only stay consistent and listen to your customer. If you do those 2 things right there, stay consistent and listen to your customer, you will go far in any business endeavor. I promise you. So that's one thing I employ a lot of you guys to go out and do when you're starting these brands and just like starting these businesses. Just make sure you have some core values that you're going to always follow and always build a plan. That's the end of this video. I like to make them really short for you guys. If you like this video, just do me a favor and also subscribe. If you have any other questions that you want me to answer for you, just go ahead and leave them down in the comment section. And when I have time, I'll either respond to the comment or make a whole video on it for you. All right, guys.